what kind of effort, pays better? You had mentioned, especially in the milk, because you have to advertise heavily, physical advertising by newspaper, by magazines and things like that. How much does social media help in building a brand or in increasing sales? Especially milk companies, even yours, you said that spends a huge amount of physical money, advertising physically. How effective is that compared to social media? Do you think, I would want...
Social media advertising is a black hole which no one has really been able to crack or understand. People are still trying to figure out, because when you advertise anything on social media at the end of the day or a month,
is sales coming from physical or sales coming from social media?
You get the number of views, you get the number of people who've touched your website or your app or whatever, but how many of them are genuine, not genuine, it's impossible to decipher. It might be a person sitting in an area where my product is not available, or it might be a tourist who's just come to Calcutta and he might have seen it. So it's very difficult to decipher that information as to... I believe that social media more today is for brands who want to target a particular set of people, a particular pin code, a particular geography, a particular people in a particular social strata. But for mass products, it's still, mass media, like maybe televisions or newspapers or whatever it is more, I think, advisable. And say if I was selling a Mercedes car, and if I, then it does not make sense advertising to whole of India, because there are a very premium set of customers who are there. So I can obviously figure out through that social media that who are the spenders of a certain amount of money, or etc., and then maybe target them.
If you are from Kolkata and if you are there on the 14th of August last month, capture the night, or what is it called? This civil agitation that happened after the Arjigar incident. Huge amount of mass of people were there in the middle of the night, reclaim the night, I think that was a movement. So, and everywhere around Bengal, in the small cities, in the big cities, you have to understand that the internet penetration in India, in Bengal, even in rural area, is the highest in the whole world. It's very cheap. Everybody is continuously looking at their mobile. So it is, I'm slightly surprised that a company like Keventer thinks that social media is not reaching people. I would certainly differ.
No, it definitely
is
reaches.
An opinion maker. YouTube is doing crores of rupees of business. Meta is one of the 3 billionaire companies, and it's an excellent way of reaching out to people. I think social media should be taken very seriously, but your question, how much relative weightage to be given, that is something.
Yes. I am talking about the relative weightage, because from industry to industry it varies.
Oh, this is a very good point that you pointed out. If a sales is happening, we need to, we still haven't found out ways to disaggregate how much is it from, this, and how much is it from that.
See, the pie is fixed. So you, at the end of the day, have to decide, you have to take a decision.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
do you want to spend the money more?
Unless you do a survey of the customers who are buying, it's impossible to get.
See, because today customer is there. A 10 rupee, 20 rupee product is consumed by everybody, right from the richest to the poor. So customer is there across the spectrum.
Yeah, it makes no sense to do such a survey also.
You won't get much data.
There is also one thing. Say in traditional advertising, there is mostly a one-way communication. But when you are targeting social media through social platform, it is also a two-way communications. Okay, you are advertising it, you are getting positive feedback, you are getting negative feedback, etc. So it becomes slightly more responsible, or you need to tackle that also, because there is a two-way communications involved, and it explodes sometimes, either on the positive side or on the negative side.
Actually, people are reducing newspaper reading, they are reducing TV reading, they are totally dependent on their mobiles.
So everything is shifted on the mobile. The
and
newspaper
so
is still
you
there.
should use
Oh, there is this, I am not, I don't open my TV at all. I was in my in-laws place for the last 3 days, but this is, when you hear this, there's this ABP Anando. I mean, if you've heard that, have you heard that channel, ABP Anando? When you hear it, you're curious to know what happened next. I mean, the way they, Kanagaraj, a question to you is, you are, most sensitive about the XLRI brand. I mean, so how do you say that recruiters, what positive image do, companies have about XLRI brand, which is why they want to come to XLRI?
Okay, so before I answer that, something to related to social media I wanted to add. See, what happened earlier, to stretch your brand, you used to use a lot of celebrities, and most of these celebrities used to be from either movie industry or from a sports field and so on. But that's getting changed because of social media. So now any reasonable influencer is a celebrity as far as any brand is concerned, and this has opened up a lot of people to come around promoting brands from different fields, right? Anyone who is able to pull out a reasonable follower, it could be for his artistic skill, it could be for some special unique skill what he has, he will be able to be in a position to promote the brand. I think social media has changed that, where you have a lot more celebrities available now to promote the brand, and that has created a lot of reach, right? So Excel, see, obviously, yes, whenever I interact with especially corporate world, primarily because of the responsibility what I am into, my job becomes quite easy because of the brand image what this institute carries, and I need not explain more about this because people know what it stands for and what it defines, and the amount of respect what this brand enjoys among corporate is tremendous, right? And just I need to say that I represent this brand and I am so and so, I need to initiate a relationship with you, and I mean 99% of the time it is positive, right? That's the kind of brand what we have, and this could be probably because the kind of what you call it as the output what this brand has delivered over a period of time, and the kind of people who went out of this education portal, who are working in the companies, they continue to keep up this brand. That's what has made the things very easy, right? So let's assume if I don't have this brand, what would have happened? My efforts would have been multifold, right? And still someone who engages with us may not rely at one go, right? And they'll be very cautious in their engagement. But this long history and the image this brand has built over a period of time makes things very, very easy in terms of, that's why all this effort, even in the 75th year, why we are doing, because we wanted to upkeep the brand and keep it as fresh as how it was 75 years before, right?